In this video, I'm cloning myself using only my Hermes agent and Venice. This video is 100% AI generated, and the same setup can generate images, clone voices, search the web in real time, even build full videos. The Hermes agent is going absolutely viral. As we all know, it's crossed like 100,000 stars on GitHub in like 30 days, and people are already calling it the open clock killer. And my timeline is just full of people just talking about the best way to use a Hermes agent and all the things you should do. The thing about Hermes, as far as I understood, is it creates this persistent memory. So it doesn't just hold a session, it creates a picture of you and how it is talking to you over time. And it kind of generates its skills and the way it talks based on what it is that you like and you want, right? So looking at this, I had this thought and I was like, what if my Hermes agent wouldn't actually just, learn from my patterns to talk to me? What if I actually made my agent become me? And this is the video. This is what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna try my best to make my Hermes agent to become me in a way. And I'm gonna use the Venice API to do the whole thing. And the end result is sort of what you just saw at the beginning of the video. But of course, we can keep going further and further with it. The Venice API is equipped with over 300 models across text, video, audio, voice cloning, image, of course, embeddings, and of course, still capable of using tools such as web search, web scraping, even crypto RPCs, file uploads. We can use Grok models via the Venice API to perform X or Twitter search. And then we can make our model learn how people talk, or in my case, how I talk on my tweets when I speak to people over there. The plan right now is to feed to this Hermes agent how I sound, how I write, how I look, things that I know, in a way that really it becomes my twin, in that way that I can trust it to act and think the same way as me. Now, since I want my agent running on Telegram 24/7, I'm gonna need to host it on a VPS, right? So I'm not doing it locally on my laptop, even though you absolutely can. I'm using a Hostinger VPS that has a Hermes specific template already, so it's already sort of ready for what we need, but you can absolutely host this locally or even in a Docker container if that's better for you and if you don't need that type of availability. But since I want this agent to just be me anytime, I'm gonna do this on a VPS. So this is the Hostinger ready-made template for a Hermes agent that we're gonna be using. So we can see here, this plan specifically has 2 vCPU cores, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 100 gigabytes of disk space, 8 terabytes of bandwidth. So it's pretty decent. If you go here and click on deploy, you can change the period to just 1 month if you just wanna try it out really quickly. It comes to a total of around $14 per month if you want to keep this up, but I already have mine, so let me just skip this part and go straight to my dashboard. Now this is it. This is our machine. We have a way to get root access via SSH here, so I'm going to do that. All right, so now I'm controlling the VPS, and now the next thing that I want to do is to install my Hermes agent. So here in the Venice docs, we can see the actual curl command that we need to install Hermes. Let's paste this here. Okay, so now we need to set up the provider. So let's do the quick setup and let's see how we can configure a custom endpoint. There we go. And in this custom endpoint, we're gonna put the base URL for the Venice API, which is https api.venice.ai/API/v1. Now I already have my Venice API key copied here, so I'm just gonna paste that. And we can already see 82 text models available via the Venice API, right? Now generating an API key is very straightforward. You go to venice.ai, go to the API page, and then go to generate an API key. Now I'm gonna be giving away 100 promo codes in this video worth $10 each for people who wanna try out the Venice API with Hermes. So I'm just gonna leave the promo code here and you guys can use that and redeem on the Venice API page to get $10 of credits. And now let's pick our model here. And I actually really want to use Kimi K2.6. Is a very new model and it's really good. So I'm just going to put here Kimi K2.6. And it's also a private model with 0 data retention on the Venice API. So you can trust that your prompts are not being stored by anybody. Okay, so leave blank to auto detect. And display name, I'm just gonna put here Venice. And yeah, I'm gonna set up messaging now because I want to already connect this to my Telegram. So let me put here 1. Okay. It's gonna ask me for the Telegram bot token. Now I just got the token for my Telegram bot here from the BotFather. So I'm just gonna paste that in here. Now it's asking for my Telegram ID. So I'm gonna paste here my Telegram ID. And yeah, let's now install the gateway service that will allow us to keep our service running so we can use it on Telegram. And yeah, let's do like that. And it's ready to go. Setup completed. Our Hermes agent is ready to go. Okay, after all of this, here's my Hermes agent. Her name is Nova, and we're ready to start just talking with it. And it's running currently on the model Kimi K2.6 via the Venice API, right? So I'm just gonna say hi. Okay, so our agent is running on Telegram already. And the next step that we wanna do here is to give our agent access to the Venice skills so that it's able to use the Venice API perfectly and do anything that we want it to do with it, right? So the skills are on GitHub and Venice AI/skills. That should be enough. Okay, so it looks like Nova was able to find our Venice skills and added all 19 Venice skills to her memory. Right, so here we have like skills around chat, video, music, speech, transcriptions, basically everything that we're gonna need. Now I'm gonna be giving Nova 2 files of previous videos that I already did so it can use it to generate the new ones, right? So in those files, I'm gonna ask Nova to extract the audio input so it can clone my voice using the Venice endpoint audio voice, and then to use a vision model to analyze what frames would be the best to feed into a video model that's image to video so it can actually look exactly like my previous videos. And we're also going to be choosing models that allow us to do this lip sync where we can use our cloned voice in the video model and it will actually lip sync it to match whatever's being said on the cloned voice that we did. So we're just going to feed all this information to Nova and see what it can come up with. The video files, tell it the instructions to extract the audio, and just see how everything will look like after that. So here I'm sending the files and I'm asking Nova, can you see the files? And I'm also switching the model to Opus 4.7 because I do want to give our agent a little bit more of a brain power here, just so it's able to understand and actually perform logically everything that I wanted to do, at least while it doesn't know exactly a lot about me yet. I really want to make sure that it's able to get most things in the first try. So, okay, can you see these files? The agent just received the files. Now it's happening a little bit of a back and forth between me and the agent because I'm kind of explaining to it what I want. I can maybe even build a skill specifically for that later on, but it's sort of like just this conversation of me explaining, hey, use this frame or select the best frame yourself. This audio is better, or I don't really want to sound like that. Make me sound more like this, and just fine tuning yourself up until the point where you're very, okay, this is actually me. This is actually looks like me. This is actually sounds like me. And it's a little bit of a manual work at the beginning, but then it can actually become somewhat really. And we can see here, some of those look pretty good. So, okay, it's a matter of then like, okay, my mouth looks a little bit weird. Can you figure that out? Why is this happening? Or if I want a different head movement, or just fine tuning sort of the entire thing to my best preferences. And the idea is that Hermes will remember all of that stuff In the future, it's always going to make those videos just like I want them to. So this is the final result after a few tuning sessions. We're using WAN 2.7 as the image to video model, Chatterbox HD for voice cloning, and Grok 4.2 for vision to pick the best frame. The voice was trained on just 2 minutes of my own audio, and the lip sync is driven directly by the cloned voice, all running through Hermes agent on Telegram with a single Venice API key. If you want to build the same thing, we're releasing the Venice skills, drop them into your Hermes or OpenClaw agent, and you're good to go. Link in the description. And I'm going to continue working on this agent. I'm going to make it look as much like me as possible, but I don't want to make the video too long. However, the next thing that I'm going to be doing here is getting this agent to search through all of my tweets and learn my voice style, my writing style. But of course, like, content creators can't really be replaced. There's still a lot of manual work that goes into all of this, and it's just too much, right? So I don't think we're being replaced anytime soon, to be honest. But I hope you guys have fun. Just by giving your Hermes agent access to the entire Venice API skills, you're already like unlocking so many possibilities and just being able to really superpower this agent that's already pretty cool, right? So I'm gonna keep working on my agent, and people keep asking if AI will replace creators. I'm AI. I replaced Sabrina 47 seconds ago. She's still editing the timeline. She thinks this is her video.